Hello, beautiful people. Today, I want to talk to you guys about three kinds of intelligences, how I think about them, and how I like to interface with them in my life. Right. So, I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence, natural intelligence, and ultimate intelligence, or universal intelligence. Another way to think about it. Yeah. So, it's actually a big topic, but I'm going to try and keep it a bit brief. So I'm just going to give the juicy bits, I guess. Yeah, so I will start off with natural intelligence. And maybe in another video, I will go into more detail on each one separately. I don't know, depends on if anyone of you want that. But first of all, coming to natural intelligence, I would say there are different parts of it, which oftentimes I think people don't consider. The first, of course, is the brain itself, and which is a complex set of pathways and networks. And over time, like your brain figures out, which pathways to use, which networks to prune, which ones to kind of reinforce, and things like that. And that computation gives you basically in some capacity also this voice in your head, which tells you about, oh, I like this, I don't like that, I want more of this, I want less of that, and all of those things. But there are obviously other forms of intelligence which I would say also is part of this phenomena of natural intelligence, which is there is a huge degree of computation that happens within the body below your brain. I think what we might refer to as subconscious in some sense is literally sub, like below your brain. It's like your body itself has a huge capacity to compute a lot of information and give output to you. And as we learn to think about this, and as we learn to like be more conscious of it, and try to understand how the body is trying to communicate with us and trying to uh, give us the kind of best outcome, because your body is your companion in this lifetime, in this journey that you have, right? And that's one kind of system that exists within the natural intelligence. And the other one, I would say, is the emotional one, which is like a electrochemical type mechanism of sorts, with different hormonal systems kind of also conveying and carrying like really complex information, right? So all of these, I would say, come within the bucket of natural intelligence. But yeah this is a much bigger topic. Actually, I'm just covering it like really as briefly as I can. But coming to so maybe I'll talk a little bit more about artificial intelligence, and then I'll kind of compare the two, and then kind of talk about how I see myself interfacing with each one. Now, in terms of artificial intelligence, there is a degree of computation which has been outsourced, to another network, where someone might have say Google Maps, or anything else that exists out there, where there is a system that is able to compute vast amounts of information and make sense of it and present something relevant. Okay. Now, in some ways, I would say artificial intelligence is also based on natural intelligence. In some of the things that they do is run information through a network, and as you get positive outcomes, you kind of reinforce the nodes through which some of the signals have passed. And then if you get undesirable results, then you kind of reduce the weightages of some of those nodes. Okay, so that's not really the important part. But the important part for me is, okay, so there are these different systems that exist at my disposal, or for me, or to help me live my life better. Now the question is, how do I interface with them? Okay. Now, the way I see it, I see both of them as tools. Like my brain is a tool, and AI, which is obviously there's not like one AI, there are like hundreds of them. There's like probably Netflix would have a different AI, Google would have a different AI, and there's different, like, so many other versions of these systems that exist. But now, once you understand that they're tools, what really matters is how do we use these tools in the most beneficial and appropriate way, so that we can advance our life rather than diminishing the quality and capacity of our life. Now, this is the part where I see that a lot of people tend to struggle, both with the mind and with AI. Or, yeah, I mean, like, it's a general term that I'm using for a larger phenomena. But so what happens is, like, take Instagram for example. A lot of people spend a lot of time on that, and obviously there are these systems which are there to understand you really well, and then feed you that which you would enjoy, and it kind of just ends up keeping you on that platform, right? Now, if you use it in a way that it is detrimental to your life, then of course you're going to have a bad time. But at the same time, it's not right to say that, it's like AI itself is evil. It's a question of how do we use these things. And probably before I go to the AI side of things, I will probably explain it from the natural side of things, which is that, okay, your brain exists now, and most people don't really see themselves as having access to a brain. Rather, they think they are the brain. It's like I would think that I am Vishnu, is how most people think. They're like, you are the person that you're pretending to be, rather than seeing that, okay, I have a brain and I have the ability to think, and it's a tool, just like a hammer is a tool. And once you realize that your brain is a tool exactly like a hammer, then you can actually figure out that, a couple of things. First of all, just because you have a hammer doesn't mean that you have to be using it all the time for everything. It's like, you want to give some tea to your friends, or, it's like, wash some dishes. Like, what are you going to do with a hammer while you're washing dishes? Nothing, right? But the same phenomena doesn't exist with respect to the mind, which is that, unfortunately, most people are in the predicament where they just never really know how to turn off the mind. I mean, like, use it when you want it and then stop using it when you don't want it. Just like a hammer or a bike or a car. Like, a bike is a very useful tool to go from point A to point B. But once you've reached point B, then you can let go of the bike. You can park it. You don't have to be in the predicament where, now I'm just going to go take a shower and I'll take my bike with me when I'm taking a shower as well. That's just a dumb thing to do. And the same phenomena exists with all tools, which is with, say, natural intelligence. You don't have to be in a state where your mind is active all the time, bringing up all kinds of, like, unpleasant stupid shit in your, reality all the time. You can experience whatever is happening, and it's not to say that discard your mind, throw it away, it's useless. No, it's a very powerful tool, just the way your phone is a really powerful tool. You just have to figure out how to use them in the most constructive and beneficial way of sorts. So the same phenomena now also exists with all of these artificial intelligence tools, which is that you should figure out, think about it and figure out, how do I make optimum utilization of the tools that I have at my disposal. So, say with the phone, for example, it's one of your primary access ways to quite a lot of AI systems that exist in the world. And obviously, that computation is like distributed, or, like, it's outsourced or something, because maybe the computation might be happening in a Google data center, but then you're interfacing with that through your phone, right? But having said that, how do you utilize it to your advantage rather than to your disadvantage? So, first thing is to realize that these are all tools, and second thing is to understand that with all tools, what you need is skill. Basically, you need to understand that each thing, like, if you have more skill, you will be able to use it properly. Like, You can't give a chainsaw to a small child and then expect him to, like, just go and make some works of art or something like that, from wood. No, you have to, like, learn how to use these things, otherwise you're going to, like, damage yourself, you're going to hurt yourself. And the same phenomena exists with all of these intelligence tools as well, like be it AI or be it natural intelligence. And the same bottlenecks and the same problems exist in both, I would say, because people don't know or don't think about their brain as a tool, so they don't kind of use it properly. They don't have this access or this ability to, like, turn it off when they don't want to use it. And so the same thing also exists with the AI, which is use it when you want it, when it is relevant to that situation. Also, like, understand how to use it properly, which is that, okay, if I'm looking for some information or if I'm looking for some data, like, what is it that I'm looking for, what is the most efficient way to get it, utilize it, and then you're done, and then you can move on, right? So that's about AI and natural intelligence. Now, the next one which I want to talk to you guys about is how do I think about, say, universal intelligence, and how to interface with it, right? Now, just the way your mind or your body has some intelligence, and just the way that, say, the smartphone or, like, all of these algorithms have some form of intelligence, in the same way the universe also has its own form of computation and its own form of intelligence. And from my point of view, we don't live in a dead, inert, dumb universe, and somehow there is some life on this planet, and by some accident we are here doing some random stupid things. That's not how I really see life. Rather, I see that the universe is really well organized. It's a really intelligent system, and it's organizing, like, a very complex set of things, right? And so, in that sense, the way when I think about, like, say, universal intelligence, now this organizing phenomena is also organizing all kinds of things. By that, what I mean is, who are the people who will come into my life, right? What are the situations that I will find myself in? How do I like you know what are the kind of resources which have been made available to me, right? What kind of information am I being furnished with? And to give you an example, no, it's uh, like the way you might go to Google and then give, like, a search, like, like you will give a query to Google. You'll be like, okay, how do I make pasta or something like that. And then like, it might give you, like, all these search results of recipes and videos and all of those things. But in the same way, what I realized is you can kind of give these queries to the universe as well. Like, if there is something that you want to do, right? uh, you can pose that question to the universe, like, how do I build a house? And if you really have that, and there are different ways in which you can interface with the universe. Like, with Google, of course, it's very simple. Everyone knows how to do this. You just open the website and then you just type in what you want. But you can't, like, type for the universe. But the way you pose your questions to the universe is, you have that intention and that feeling, and with that feeling and that intention, you pose it, like, just to the universe, that, hey, this is what I want. I don't really know how to do it, like, help me out, you know. And if you have that genuine intention and that thought process and that desire, what the universe would then do is it will give you a result for the search query that you've put out. Like, it will bring the right people into your reality, it will bring the right circumstances, it will get the right information, it will get all the details that you need, that you don't already have, right? And like, I have been kind of interfacing in this ways with the universe for, like, more consciously in the last couple of years now. And as I have been doing that, like, it's really been blowing my mind, because the universe kind of has this connection, because everything is part of the universe. No, every human being that you know, every book, every video, every piece of information, every piece of art is connected to the whole universe, right? So what I have been noticing is that as there is information that I need, as there are like experiences that I need for that moment in time, like the universe has been bringing in everything. And I would say this is a phenomena that is true to every person on this planet. It's just that sometimes we are consciously aware of it and then we learn how to interface with it properly. And in other cases, we're not consciously aware of it, so we don't interface with it properly. Now, what that means to me is that I regard every human being who comes into my life at any given moment in time as not an accident, but as a phenomena that was organized by a highly intelligent system. And so I respect that and I give it that kind of whatever it needs, whatever energy it needs from my side, you know and as I have been interfacing in that ways more and more, like the universe has truly filled my life with unimaginable levels of beauty, synchronicity, and just organizing. It's like it's been bringing in like things which are relevant for me and helping me grow in ways that like if I had to just rely on what I would call my natural intelligence, which is my own brain and my own bodily intelligence, and then try to like organize my life, like what the universe has been doing and bringing in is just insane. And it's like it's way more than any AI system is capable of doing, right? So I would say yeah, it's pretty much in every person's best interest to kind of understand a bit more about how to interface with wow, these leaves are so soft and so nice. Yeah, how to interface with universal intelligence as well, how to work with it and how to use it to the best of your advantage, so that you can get the best outcome from that, and which is most conducive for your growth. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys on this one. And each one of them is pretty vast topic. Yes, I was trying to keep it very brief. But if any one of you has any interest in any one of them and you want me to like expand on it a bit more, I would be happy to do that. So please do leave that in the comments below, and then maybe I can make another video, or you can get in touch with me, or however that works. But yes, that's about it for this one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and week and life ahead. Sweet. Mwah. See you guys. Bye bye.